Welcome to Conversations with your host, Ron Bryant, who will engage in lively and informative dialogue with politicians, leaders, visiting celebrities, and individuals making a difference in the community fabric of Central Ohio.
Welcome to the Diva Movement. The organization was created to provide tools and resources to help women succeed. With a passion for uplifting and encouraging women, Noni Banks founded the Diva Movement in 2012 with the mission of empowering, inspiring, and motivating women to thrive. Here's my conversation with Noni Banks and the Diva Movement. Noni, I want to thank you for appearing on Conversations, and I just want to say that I appreciate your opportunity to cover your Diva Movement. Talk about the Diva Movement and what it's all about.
So the Diva Movement is a supportive community for women entrepreneurs and leaders. We help women grow as they're growing their business or climbing up the ladder. So we are an organization of women who just want to uplift and encourage one another to keep going and to help women understand that they can achieve the dream that they have.
When did you begin the movement, and how long has it been going, and just amplify that?
So it's actually 5 years this month that I launched the Diva Movement on Facebook. And really it came out of a place of unrest and just me being tired and having enough of putting my dreams on the shelf and allowing someone else's dream to live while my dream was slowly dying. And so I just decided that, there was an event that helped me decide. I went to get a mammogram and they gave me a letter and said that they found a lump. And I said, you know what, whatever I was building downstairs in that file cabinet for 10 years, it had to come out that day because I would not allow myself to leave this earth without fulfilling the calling that was on my life. So that's really what helped propel me to launch the Diva Movement. Nothing happens by accident. So I know that me going to that doctor's appointment was divine. So
there's always divine providence. Yes. So you're encouraging women, you're empowering women, and you're making them, divas, of course. So just talk about that empowerment and how that evolves through the movement with the women that you work with and that you serve.
Mm-hmm. Really, it's just helping women to understand that there's greatness on the inside of them and help to draw that out. A lot of women are just beaten down by life. Life happens and then we lose ourselves along the way. And so just helping women to realize that there is still great potential on the inside of you. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you don't have a degree or you have 10 degrees. It really doesn't matter. It's really about recognizing that assignment that is on their life, the purpose that is in them, and then helping them bring that out. I've seen women just come and then all they need sometimes is just someone to say, you could do it. Don't quit. There's, hundreds of us here, people may call us crazy for, thinking that we could actually go out there and fulfill our dreams, but we're here to support you. We stand with you. We're here to, be your cheerleader and to help build that confidence so that you could keep going.
So talk about leadership within the movement. I know you're at the head, but I know that you have many individuals that you work with and that you encourage, and you're moving out into the community even more and more these days.
Mm-hmm. So at 7 a.m., my leadership team was here to support me, and so I could do what I do. So I could not do this without the support of other strong women who believe in the mission. They really give arms and legs to the mission. I cast the vision, and they really help carry it out. So it's really important that you're surrounded by women like that who are pushing you to be better, who are pushing you to be your best self. And so we want to always tap into that leadership within our organization and then outside of our
externally.
Yes. And you'll see that today with the women who are coming. We have some of the top, pioneers, trailblazers in leadership, in business, in the community. So we reach out and bring in and we also understand that leadership means service. So we don't, people think, the divas, they just, like to dress up and, no, we are growing and we are reaching out because we understand that as you climb, you have to reach back and pull up. So that's what we're all about.
But you do listen to a lot of Mary J. Blige.
Yes. Yes, I do like Mary J. Blige. But yes, I mean, but it's just what you have to do. I mean, you were put on this earth. I mean, there is something like, I'm upset with myself sometimes when I look back how long I sat on the Diva movement, because there's something inside of me, there's something inside of every woman who comes to us that's not just for them, it's for someone else. So just understanding the magnitude of what your life means, not just for yourself, but for other people, it really puts a different perspective on things.
Wonderful. You're marvelous. You're marvelous, truly. Listen, you at this event today, we are at Creekside in Gahana. Yes. Is it Gahana or Gahana?
I say
Gahana.
I don't know. Maybe that's a little
Target versus Target, huh? All right. Okay, Gahana. And you're doing this thing at Creekside, and you're going to be honoring some women today.
Yes, we are honoring 3 women, 1 young woman, just rising stars in the community, in entrepreneurship. We want to celebrate them because we know it's not easy doing what they do, doing what we do, and we just want to celebrate the resilience and the power and the strength that comes from a woman who gets up every day and keeps going no matter what.
Noni says, the difference between who you are and what you want to become is what you do. She talks about Madison Frame, an emerging young leader in her Diva movement.
And we are also recognizing Madison as the emerging leader. She is a young lady who is phenomenal. She volunteers, she serves her community, and she's just a wonderful role model for young women. So we are very excited to be honoring Madison today as well.
Madison Frame, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Talk about the Diva movement and what it's all about to you.
The Diva Movement is a group of women who empower each other, and the Diva Movement to me is an honor. It's a group that support each other in everything that they do, and I just really love that about them.
So you're a teen pageant wonder. Talk about that.
Currently, I am America's National Teenager, Miss Ohio. I am competing this month, actually, for a national title. That is a scholarship-based organization, and it's just based off of my academics, my community service, and the work that I do in my community. I'm also America's Elite Miss 2017 National Ambassador, and that work was also based off of the work that I do in my community.
So how do you help to empower young ladies in our community?
I help to empower them by telling them that you can accomplish the goals you set. I want to lead as an example. The goals that I set for myself are very hard and strict goals. Sometimes my mom even tells me to be gentle on myself. But those goals are hard and strict goals. And I use those goals to help empower these women and young ladies to show them that if I can do it, you can too.
So what's your message to those young ladies in finality?
Don't give up. If you dream it, you can believe it. It doesn't matter where you come from, your background or financial situation. If you want it, you can have it.
Thank you so very much. The Diva Movement provides support, tools, and resources to women leaders and entrepreneurs. The group holds business networking events, develops inspirational podcasts, and mentors community youth. Noni talked about the other award winners with the Diva Movement.
So Rhiannon Childs is the co-director for the Women's March Ohio. She's also an advocate, and she legislates, well, she's a, not quite a lobbyist, but she advocates for Planned Parenthood. So what I love about Rhiannon is the fact that when I met her, she just had an idea that maybe she wanted to get involved. She knew she had to do something. She didn't know really where to start, but she volunteered. And from her persisting and just being willing and just available to help, she ended up being one of the co-directors for the Women's March Ohio, and she is a superstar. I don't even think she understands her full potential of where she's going, but she is just a strong advocate for women's rights, and I could not be more excited to be celebrating her today. So Alethea Mason is our emerging entrepreneur. We have watched her just work tirelessly to really grow and develop her business. And we are just excited to be able to recognize her for all of her achievements and her vision for growing her business.
We'll return to conversations in a moment. The opinions and views presented on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff, management, or associates of this station.
Noni Banks has created a diverse community of women who are taking their lives to new levels by being women of purpose and action. Anna Maria Perales Lang is a Diva Movement sponsor and leadership team member. So Anna Maria, you're a member of the Diva Movement,
Yes, sir.
and you're part of the leadership squad.
Yes, I am. I'm a part of the leadership squad. I have been a member for a while now, very enthusiastically. I love it. So this is the thing that I do for me.
Talk about the Diva Movement and what it means to you.
It means a lot to me. I actually, I'm a person in charge of a lot of people, and we get invited to a lot of different events, and we have a lot of large minority population, a lot of diversity in our staff, and we like to support causes and things like that. We stumbled upon it at an event years ago, me and some of my employees, and it was a fun moment. We did karaoke, and I said, hey, this looks like something I really want to belong to. They are empowering women to grow, bringing the women up. We've all been there sharing our story and giving back. So that's really and I met Noni. We hit it off. Julie, Nancy. It just turns out Nancy's husband actually is our attorney. It has been our attorney for years. So it was awesome. We always have a lot of fun, do some good, and kind of make a difference. So that's why I really enjoy it.
All right, so just talk about empowerment and why it's so important to women, especially in these days.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm a Hispanic Latina woman in Columbus, Ohio. I live in Morrow County, where for many, many years I was the only person of color in that area, and I work in Columbus, where we are 5% of the population. So always diversity is there's not a lot of it, and empowering women, especially women of color, to know that there's other like women who are professional. Our bosses are already there, are helping other women is like a big deal, because there's this misconception that somehow we are all, we're all like working at minimum paid jobs, and we're actually creating jobs. It's very simple. One of my employees said, "Boss, you don't enforce policy, you make policy." I said, "That's right. There you go."
Excellent. So just talk about that encouragement and that empowerment. And as a final word, what would you say to all the women out there, including women of color, and that includes Hispanics and Latino women?
I would say that we are a strong force. We are no longer the minority. We are the majority. We need to take our seat at the table without hesitation, without apologizing for it, and because it is what is supposed to be, not what is like someone's giving us something. It is where we are supposed to be. It was meant that way. God meant it to be that way, and it's our time. So that's
Anna Maria, thank you so very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for talking to me. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Coming up, we'll hear an excerpt from Joyce Beatty's keynote speech given during the recent Diva Movement luncheon. But first, a couple of Diva Movement facts. Noni Banks is a 2017 Smart 50 Top CEO and the Increase CDC Entrepreneur of the Year. She surrounds herself with a supportive community of purpose-driven women who are moving boldly in the direction of their dreams. Noni talks about her keynote speaker for her illustrious event. And of course, the Honorable Joyce Beatty is going to grace our presence today.
Yes, she is our keynote speaker. We're also giving her a little token of our appreciation. She has just been such a role model and leader for all women. Her grace and her grit is just a joy to watch. So we are excited that she could take time out of her busy schedule to empower and inspire the women today.
So what are you looking for in terms of the future for the Diva Movement, empowering women and becoming more leader conscious?
So, of course, I want my legacy to outlive me, and I would like the Diva Movement to last 100 years plus. Really, the vision for the Diva Movement is to grow it into other states, and then I actually have a vision for a media outlet, a place where women can work, come, and like a hub for women to just be there together and to nurture one another and to grow their business. Really, women have got to step up. I mean, we're seeing all of the things that are going going on in the world. And it's a season and the timing is right for women to take the lead. For me, it looks like I'll be doing something politically, but for women, it's just start where you are with what you have. Be a leader in your own life, be a leader in your child's school, be a leader in your church and your job. It's really just to be able to develop and understand the responsibility that you have to step up and to improve the world. You can't complain about what's going on if you're not willing to do something about it. So it's just a call to action for all women to just be better.
Excellent. And to get in touch with you and your organization, how do they do that?
Yes, our website is thedivamovement.org. We're on Twitter, on Facebook, we're on Instagram, pretty much every social media platform. If you put in the Diva Movement, you'll be able to find us.
The rapid growth of Noni Banks' organization is a result of her gift to nurture the strengths and passions of women. Here's an excerpt from Congresswoman Joyce Beatty's keynote address during the Diva Movement luncheon.
Cross between church and afternoon. No politics is in a partisan fashion, but you're gonna get a lot of facts.
Well,
And we're gonna have fun with it.
yes.
Because we are here today because a young soldier in the fight had a vision.
Yes.
A young woman wasn't afraid to call on others and bring them to the room. A young lady thought that we could have a diva moment.
Come on.
And she wasn't afraid to showcase her beauty, her talent, her skills. So I say to you, Miss Noni Banks, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We can do better. We can do better. Let me get the official stuff out of the way. Then we're gonna have a girlfriend chat. Let me just say to you, welcome to the 3rd Congressional District. You're in the heart of my district. All right. Let me also say, I was in Washington this time yesterday on the House floor. I had an event late last night, and as my office called me and said, you know where you have to be on Saturday, and I said, yes, I have to be in Washington, D.C. They said, no, you know where you have to be on Saturday. And I said, I have to be in Washington, D.C. And they said, you must be on the wrong page of your calendar. Turn it back because it needs to say Diva Moment. Let me just tell you, I couldn't be in a better moment than in my district, at home, with strong black and brown and yellow and white women, because that is the real movement. I'm sorry I wasn't here as I got in from Washington to be here in time to hear that panel. But let me just tell you, I've heard it so many times before because see, the women that you brought today for your panel, they're women in the struggle. They're women who have embraced me and I have tried to embrace them. So when I think of a Fran Frazier, I think of Sojourner Truth. Right. I think of somebody 30 years ago that I was told to latch and lock and link on to. I thank you, my sister. Yeah. When I think of Barbara Smoot, I said to her earlier today, Barbara, you could go and be anywhere with your credentials, but you are here with us because you understand our plight. You understand what's important to women. And so that's why you weld us together in strength and beauty and intelligence. And I say to you, thank you, my friend, Barbara Smoot. And then when I think of a young soldier in the fight, a young white girl that comes up in the midst of all this brown and black because she is fearless, because she understands that it is not about the color of your skin. It is about your heart and your soul. And then when I think of someone who bugs me all the time, she comes to a federal office, she flies to Washington, she brings little children with her, she makes them stand out on the sidewalk with her. Yes, I'm talking about Lourdes Barrosa de Padilla, my good friend. Thank you, my sister. A sister that told me this morning that this fight needs her, that we need more. We need her to run for office. So I am saying, as a journalist, as a think about and I rise, and we still rise. You think about a sister who's new to the movement, a sister that's here today, a sister that has come to my home to event. We got a new treasure in town. We got a sister by the name of Cheryl Brooks Sullivan. We need to wrap our arms around her. She is a elected official. Today is about welding us. Today is about love and service. Today is about getting it right. And you see, my story is your story. When you think about the foundation that we stand on, I stand here today, and as I'm looking up into the light, it's almost like I can hear Sojourner Truth. It's almost like I can hear Harriet Tubman. It's almost like I can see Rosa Parks in 1955 when she sat down, not in the white section. Let's get history right. You see, she sat in the front row of the colored section. But when the white section filled up, the black people had to get up. Rosa was not tired that day. Don't let history be incorrect. Don't believe anything that you have read that said that her feet was tired. She was tired of discrimination. She was tired of not having equal rights and voting rights. So on that day, she folded her hands. She threw her shoulders back. She held her head up erect and she said, "And still I rise." When they wanted to arrest her, she didn't fall down. She held her hands up. She rolled her fingers to be fingerprinted with grace and strength. How could we not love Rosa Parks? How could I not try to walk in her footsteps? So you see, we stand on someone's shoulders. We walk in.
That does it for this edition of Conversations. I want to thank Noni Banks, her Diva Movement staff, and Juliet Eichhorn for arranging this interview. This is Ron Bryant. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Conversations with Ron Bryant.